have a really hard time. I mean, I'm getting better at, but charging what I should be charging, I've had a hard time. I think everybody does, especially when I was starting out. So I've been improving, but yeah, I definitely agree with David. Don't sell yourself short on what you price them, for sure.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't want to undercut the market by any means either. That's
Yeah.
right.
Right.
Yeah, just because I feel that I don't have the level of experience, but in all actuality, I have decades of experience in doing this. I've studied it, and now I'm with a coaching group where we have weekly office hours where I can pose any question that I feel uncomfortable about, and I can give expert answers.
And sometimes not, but no. Yeah, I think too, the other thing we should be thinking about pricing is, the great resignation that's going on right now, right? Like, I've been paying my copywriters the same amount I've been paying them for several years. At a certain point, it's going to be cheaper for them to work at McDonald's than write for me.
Mm.
And I seriously think about raising my rates again, just to make sure I can keep them.
Yeah.
And we don't want to, I don't want to gouge my clients, right? I have clients that I've never raised my rates with. And that's, in one sense, I'm okay with that because I didn't charge them bargain basement at the beginning. But I have gone to a couple of clients before and said, listen, it's just more expensive than it used to be, you know?
It's more expensive to live. That's
It's more expensive to do everything. I can't just pay my writers $50 and hope they give me a good article, right?
Yeah.
I have to hire better writers. I have to hire writers with experience. I have to hire writers who are able to do the research, and you're going to be happier too.
Yeah.
Besides the tools that I have to do to spend to even do my job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for mine, with a lot of the Google My Business I do, Google always adds, there's new features, new this, new that. So for mine, a part of it is, additional work that just is there because technology stuff changes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
One thing I do that I'll tell you how a secret behind my pricing that helps me a lot. I don't want to go hourly rate. I think we all know why we don't want to charge per hour. And the short answer, just for the record, is it's not scalable to do an hourly rate. Frankly, they don't really care if you worked an hour as long as you get the results they need. If it takes an hour, it takes 6. If it takes a half, and they get the great results, what do they care? But I do give every one of my clients a 20% what I call a media budget. So if a client, like I said, if I don't even want to go with numbers, but whatever I charge my clients per month, 20% of that does not go to me. It goes for my ability to pay other people to do what we need to do to accomplish your goals. Most of the time, 20% of whatever they're paying me every month goes straight to writers. Sometimes I have to hire a developer to fix something on the site. Okay, well, that means less content, but to fix something on the site. Sometimes I need to hire a service to do something. Okay, I just take that out of the budget. What I really like about this model is that I don't have to nickel and dime my clients, right? They're paying the same rate every month. Some months they get 3 articles. Some months they get 5 articles. Some months they get 1 article. But when they only get 1 article, it's either one really, really good article, or they're getting an article and I'm paying this service to do this and another service to do that. And I get to manipulate that budget to help them do what needs to get done. What from my perspective, what this helps me do is to not hold back for my clients to do what needs to get done, because frankly, I've got a budget to do it. There's times we look at the clients and we're like, oh, I really wish I could do this, but that's just too expensive. Nope, I got a budget. I can spend that budget for that client. If I have to get 100 different articles written, I can get it written. It might take a few months, but I can do it. And that's why I kind of reserve that money to be spent for the clients, because to see that success, I do have to spend money on different things. And that just allows me to have that flexibility that's not hurting my bottom line to do the client justice. I've done this for years. In fact, I stole this idea from the guy I had lunch with just a few minutes ago, because that's how he ran his business, is basically 20% off the top, just go straight to content costs and stuff like that. That needs to happen. That way I don't have to borrow money from myself to write articles for the client. I don't have to ask the client to pay me more or ask the client to write it. They're never going to write it. Right? They're never going to write an article. This guy's an HVAC guy. He's not going to write an article.
Nope, never.
No. So this way I have budget. I was like, okay, I got to hire a good writer, get them to write it for me. And it's just built in. I've never had a client ask me to account for all that money that goes for them. They just trust that I'm going to spend it in their best interest. And frankly, it's in my interest to spend it for them, because if I want to see the performance, I can't cut back.
Yeah. And
if there's nothing to do, I'll just spend it all on writers, and it'll still help them. Right? If I'm uninspired one month, actually, the next couple months with the holidays, I'm basically front loading every client with a ton of content. And then, like, when I take time off for the holidays, this content's being written, and I can come back to the client and say, hey, look at all we wrote for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've run my business for 6 years this way. I highly recommend it. If that helps, make sure you have the budget to be able to help your clients. I hope it helps you too.
Yeah, thanks. That's very insightful. Very.